much for joining us. This is Business Day and my name is Judy Ngulube. On the program today, we look at the energy sector and of course how it is impacting on Zambia as a developing country. We also get into issues of mobile phone business. How is the mobile phone business transitioning as well as being added onto the market, issues of accessories and how they're panning out to be an income spinner. We also talk about economic boost via a bridge in the northern province of Zambia. We also get into issues of the Kariba in Siavonga and how it's impacting the energy sector. These and more items on Business Day. The Equalisation Fund is a very important aspect when it comes to a developing nation like Zambia. But what is the Equalisation Fund doing when it comes to making sure that all provinces in Zambia are having a balanced funding as well as balanced development via the fund? We went to Busines for this one.
Mothers from far-flung areas have in the past depended on this makeshift structure to house mothers and their caregivers at Shangomo District Hospital. However, government has made deliberate efforts to ensure a mother's shelter is constructed in the area. The first ever mother's shelter, which is being constructed under the local government's Equalisation Fund in Simu Ward of Shangomo District, is 99% done.
The project, the mother's shelter here, is part of government policy actually to provide quality health services. So this facility will provide them more space to sleep well, to cook their food, and be protected, especially in the rain season. So this is another plus for the council.
The contractor is almost done. I think it's just remaining with very little work. And we expect that within 2 weeks from now, this structure also should be handed over. The funding for this project again is coming from the 20% of the local government Equalisation Fund.
The District Health Director, Kleshas Chandwa, says the newly constructed mother's shelter will assist in preventing maternal deaths in the area.
With this new mother's shelter, we are encouraging almost all the women with anticipated complications to be referred from the nearby facilities to come and lodge here at this mother's shelter, so that 2 weeks before delivery, in case of any complication, the hospital is just nearby. They can be moved to theatre, or in case of any elective cesarean section, they can be here. We are admitted on time so that all the necessary preparations are done.
Kasuka Chipango reporting, Shangomo District.
Every Thursday at 19:30 hours, join Judy Ngulube on Business Day as she brings stories and expert analysis around production, entrepreneurship, corporate news, agribusiness, mining and all economic sectors.
Business Day. Business made simple. Exclusive to TV2, the pulse of television.
Thank you so much for still staying tuned to Business Day. Mbesuma Bridge that is being constructed across the Chambeshi River is to boost rice marketing, and it is vital for an economic link for the northern and Muchinga province. The 84 million kwacha project will make possible the first ever permanent bridge in that area. We went to Busines again to give us details of this one. Thank you so much for still watching Business Day. The low water levels in Kariba in Siavonga has further increased the load shedding from 240 megawatts in April to 750 megawatts. ZESCO says the increase of the load shedding hours is to avoid the complete shutdown of the machines. Mines Minister Mathew Nkhuwa visited the Kariba North Bank recently with a team of MPs to see the water levels as well as how the machines are running.
The 8-hour load shedding, which is just introduced to cushion the power deficit, is becoming a concern to many Zambians, especially people who have businesses of barbershops, saloons, phones and TV repairs. With the current low water levels in the Kariba for generation of power, ZESCO is planning to revise an increase in the current 8 hours of load shedding. This scenario has caught the attention of parliamentarians on the Committee of Water and Energy, who took time to visit Kariba North Bank Power Station to get the first-hand information on the water situation in the Kariba in Siavonga district in Southern Province. The parliamentarians were led by Energy Minister Mathew Nkhuwa, who also explained what government is doing about the power deficit.
People have to know that the government is working, the government is doing Nkhuwa, and the Nkhuwa board is at 80% complete. It will be producing 750 megawatts. We should be on board next year, 2020. So definitely, we need to give this information to the people. But
the water situation at the Kariba North Bank Power Station, which is the biggest in the country, with the installed capacity of 1,800 megawatts, is currently generating only 290 megawatts of power.
Meaning to say we are remaining with 3.7, equivalent to, on average, 290 megawatts. So we just need to generate 290 megawatts. That's when we'll be able to reach the year to somewhere slightly below 2 meters. If we generate more than that, the risk is that we may end up shutting down the plant. But
ZESCO Managing Director also noted that the current load shedding will reduce once the company completes the deal to import power from EXCOM in South Africa.
Within the constraints and the challenges that we have to ensure that we support each other within the Southern African Power Group and also on a bilateral level.
However, as the situation is at Kariba North Bank Power Station, the importation of power is the only remedy in the short term to avoid the negative impact on the economy. Tovini Ngombe, Zanis, Siavonga District, Southern Province.
You're still watching Business Day. We now get into issues of mobile service provision, this time via mobile phones. First, it was just calling, then went to emails, then texting, then other social media platforms being used on the phone. But when you examine the phone, there are other accessories that are creating their own platform in terms of income generation. What are these and how are they impacting? How is the mobile phone business actually transitioning? We have in studio Mobile Monsters, and they're here to talk about that with us. We have in studio Leonard Ching. He is from Mobile Monsters, and he's going to be talking to us about some of the happenings in the mobile phone business. Thank you so much for coming to Business Day. How are you?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having me, Judy.
All right, we appreciate. Let's start with your general feel in regards to just describing how the mobile phone business is currently.
Well, mobile phone business is very overwhelming, and it's one of the fast growing businesses around. I'm sure you have seen how many stores are being opened across Lusaka and Zambia as a whole. Yeah. People are really investing in it. It used to be a very good business, but with so many stores around and over trading happening around, the margins of business and profits are going a bit down. Yeah, and also the sales of counterfeit products is really affecting the market as a whole.
Oh yes, counterfeit, and then there's so much competition. There's Mobile Monsters, and right next to it will be another phone store, business, and you can't stop them, isn't it? Not to mention the ones that are even by the streets, isn't it? Okay, let's get into now issues of the accessories. They brought on their own transition of some sort, because even just someone selling screen protectors, someone just selling fancy protectors in terms of the covers, that's also another arena that's getting revenue, isn't it?
Yes, it's getting revenue in the sense that technology is improving daily. Yeah, and people want covers, want accessories, they want memory cards. Some phones are coming with very small memory capacity. You would love to expand your memory. People, they say pictures speak 1,000 ways. So, you need to store those memories in your memory card. So as a result, you need those accessories for your devices and mobile phones.
Okay. And looking at, Zambia and Africa as a whole, we are embracing technology and innovation. In this time, are people actually just, embracing this? And is this translating into the sales that you are making as a mobile phone business?
Yes, as a mobile phone business, technology is improving each and every day. And as mobile monsters, we're embracing that upgrade in technology. So as a result, we would want to have, as technology improves, you have gadgets are improving as well. So for us to serve our clients better, we want to have those improved devices for our customers.
But can you see transitioning? Can you see the technology also making a difference in your sales as well? Like the latest phone you're talking about, and then the issue of how much it's bringing in. Can it be seen? Technology improving, your sales and numbers at the end of the month also increasing.
I think that's going both ways, because as technology improves, even the cost of production will improve as well. So for us who are retailing, the production cost will be a bit high, but since we're into the business, we aim to serve our customers better, and we can give good customer service.
Okay, talking about customers, I know Mobile Monsters is in a lot of outlets. It has a lot of outlets in a lot of places. How do you segment your products? Because Zambia is not just the urban. There's the rural, and there's the semi, middle class, first class. How do you segment your products?
So, for example, once you enter one of our stores, we've got adequate, efficient sales representatives. So when a customer enters the store, mostly they'll have something in mind. Either they want a product or they want a service. So we've got our able sales personnel who are going to approach the customer, greet them, welcome them, and ask for a particular product or service that they want. Then they'll be able to be directed and explained on how the gadget or product will be served to them.
Okay, all right. You talked about a lot of people getting into the mobile phone business. That means there's a whole lot of competition when it comes to this particular business of mobile phones. How then does Mobile Monsters just keep afloat and stay above this competition?
The market is growing. The market is growing in the phone business, especially in Zambia. Because you find all stores, everywhere you go, there's a phone shop. People are making stands, selling phones, memory cards, and whatnot.
So tell me, earlier on you were talking about how there's so many people who are getting into the mobile phone business. How are you handling it as Mobile Monsters?
That's a very good question. Well, as Mobile Monsters, the market is growing as well. Yeah, we shouldn't forget that. There are a lot of phone stores, phone stands around. People are selling phones, memory card, and even accessories. Yeah. So as Mobile Monsters, we've come up with a program where we advertise adequately. Yeah, we advertise radio programs and TV programs, banners and whatnot. Then there we explain our services. And because we've actually opened a new service center by Levimo. Yeah, new service center there. So all your screens and whatnot. We sell phones and we also repair phones, laptops, phones, etc., etc. Yeah. So in terms of market, competition is everywhere. So we're penetrating the market in the sense of, let's say, pricing. Pricing is one of the very important aspect of our business. So for us to, pricing, yes, but it also comes with the cost of purchasing. So we need to balance up that. But as Mobile Monsters, we are serving customers. We even have after-sales services. Yeah. Once you just buy a product from us, we won't let that customer just go away.
Okay.
We've got a database for customers. Yeah, we get feedback from our customers. We call our customers to find out how the product is working and whatnot. Yes.
Okay, very interesting to hear. Thank you so much for coming through to Business Day.
Thank you for having me.
All right, that's Leonard Ching there, coming from Mobile Monsters, giving us his take on issues of the mobile phone business here in Zambia, as well as letting us in on how they are staying afloat in a very competitive business arena in Zambia.
Every Thursday at 19:30 hours, join Judy Ngulube on Business Day as she brings stories and expert analysis around production, entrepreneurship, corporate news, agribusiness, mining, and all economic sectors.
Business Day. Business made simple. Exclusive to TV2, the pulse of television.
Thank you so much for still watching Business Day. We get now into issues of the mining industry. We get some corporate news on what's happening latest in the mining industry. Glencore PLC, a British-Swiss multinational commodity trading and mining company, is massively restructuring its Zambian operation, Mopani Copper Mines, with the termination of Acting Chief Executive Officer John Chiwele's employment contract. Glencore has engaged Grid Consulting of Australia, a change management consulting firm, to undertake a thorough Mopani mine-wide audit and help transform performance that will bring back the mining company's profitability. Highly placed sources close to the Glencore and Grid Consulting have said Chiwele, whose substantive position was Chief Financial Officer, will hand over to the new Chief Executive Officer, Nathan Bullock, from Australia, who has been appointed now by Glencore. Bullock joined Mopani from the BHP Olympic Dam in Australia. The senior managers who have so far been appointed are former Mopani Chief Processing Officer Fonkana and Mufulira, Francis Depere, who becomes General Manager, Smelter and Refinery as former Chief Mining Officer Fonkana and Mufulira. Franz Smith has been appointed General Manager, Mining and Concentrator at Mufulira. Colin Furr from Australia comes to Zambia as General Manager, Mining and Constructor at Nkhuwa, while former Chief Officer of Productivity Improvement Barry Hodgkinson is the General Manager, Business Transformation. Glencore Acting Copper Department Industrial Lead Michael Westerman, who is overseeing the operations of Mopani, is Executive Director and will also hand over to Bullock at the end of this month. More appointments will follow during the month of October. These are some items that, these are some things that are happening when it comes to issues of the mining industry and more specifically Glencore PLC. You are watching Business Day. Chingola has started receiving farming inputs for 2019-2020 farming input. This has to do with how agriculture sector is moving and what government is inputting as well. Here's a report.
Distribution of farming inputs is one factor that the farming community has in the past expressed dissatisfaction. However, for the 2019-2020 farming season, under the Farmers Input Support Program, FISIP, the story is likely to be different, as some districts have already started receiving the inputs. Chingola district on the Copper Belt is among the districts that have started receiving the inputs.
The compound we received 1,437 by 50 kg the compound. Then out of the total offset 6,297 by 50 kgs. Then urea, we have received 12,859 by 50 kg out of the total of 28,798. And then we have received 4,100 by 10 kg maize seed.
The District Commissioner, Mary Chibesa, who inspected some depots in the district, has called on the farmers who have not yet made the payments for the inputs to quickly do so.
Most of the farmers have already deposited the money in the banks, which I also appreciate for what they've done. The number that is remaining out of the 8,833, only 2,400 are remaining to go and deposit the money in the bank. So farmers, come out, learn quickly before the onset of the rains so that you can have these inputs in your homes.
Brina Simute is the depot manager.
The program to start, it will depend on the Ministry of Agriculture. As for us, we are ready. Even today when they tell us to say the whole system has been put in place, we are ready to start.
Jane Simalumbazanis, Chingola.
Moving on with the program, the Rural Electrification Authority says 29 mini hydro sites have been defined around the country with potential to generate additional electricity for the whole country. Now, these mini hydro stations have also attracted Northwestern Province. And in here, an appeal from the Chief Ndumbu of the Lunda-speaking people of Lunga says he would also like a hydro mini station put in his district.
I also wish to encourage our government to build more of these small hydro power plants in Zambia. This will help also lessen the dependence on the national grid. Now, with the onset of the climate change, we have seen the water levels dwindling in the lake and the power outages that we are facing. The utilization of these small power plants, I think, will help the country.
And Rural Electrification Authority Corporate Affairs Manager Justin Mukosha reviewed that 29 hydropower station sites have been identified in the northern region with potential to generate electricity. He explained that once actualized, the main hydropower stations can feed into the national grid and help cushion the power deficit in the country.
There are close to 29 mini hydro sites with potential to generate electricity between 1 and perhaps 10 megawatts. And they are scattered, most of them in this part of the country, in the northern part of the country. Maybe just to say, most of them are in Northern Province, Luapula Province, Muchinga Province, and Northwestern Province. Now, those need to be actualized in terms of them contributing to the power demand in this country.
It is therefore cardinal that private partnerships are considered and employed for the development and actualization of hydropower stations across the country to generate the much needed additional electricity.
That report there wraps up Business Day for today. Thank you so much for having stayed with us. Join us again Thursday, 18:30 for more business information. On behalf of the entire production crew, I am Judy Ngulube.